All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us on this Zoom call tonight. My name is Julie Taylor, and I am under Katie Ganger's group. And I've been with Young Living for 2 years. I am a native of West Virginia. I live near the capital area. I am a twin mom. My girls will be 4 in like less than a month, which is crazy. I have a green-red personality. If you don't know what color personalities are yet, get with your enroller and have them send you the test because it's super fun. And it's weird how accurate they can be. But I'm a green-red personality for those of you that know what that means. And I am a 3-wing 2 Enneagram, if you know what that means. For all of my zodiac people, I am a Gemini, which means I never stop talking. And if you're a Harry Potter nerd, I'm a Ravenclaw. So I never stop talking and I like to learn a lot. So me being up here and teaching is kind of my jam, right? So I am a twin mom, like I said. I am a business owner outside of my Young Living business, a Montessori teacher. And yeah, so I got my kit in December of 2018. Immediately jumped into the lifestyle. Got started with my kit on Essential Rewards. The very next month, got my Thieves Essential Rewards kit and just started slowly ditching every single room in my house. I kind of went room by room and changed everything. I went from going with the Thieves cleaner, then immediately to my bathroom with my shampoos, and just eventually took me about 9 to 10 months, completely detoxed my entire home to where I have no toxins in my home whatsoever anymore. You guys could please, there we go, I think I got it. So, coming from a rural West Virginia area, it was kind of hard for me to gradually switch everything. So it took me a little bit of time, but you know, with classes like this that our leaders are offering us, we're able to get the tools that we need to slowly do that. And sorry, I've got some notes here. And so tonight's class, we're going to focus on your premium starter kit. I'm sorry. There we go. So tonight's class, we're going to focus on the premium starter kit and actually open up a premium starter kit and go through every single item that you purchased. If you are brand new to this lifestyle, we actually have some people who just got their kit today, which is really exciting. We have some people who just purchased their kit today. And then we also have some people in here who may be some veterans. So regardless of where you are in your journey, it is amazing that every time I come to one of these classes, like I said, I'm 2 years old into this, I learned something new. So I love that about Young Living and how versatile these oils can be, that every time we come into a class, we are able to pull something out of it. So the very first thing I want to show you is your actual kit box. So inside your box here, our fancy premium starter kit box, right? This has all of our goodies inside of it. And then you also got your diffuser. You may have gotten the Desert Mist diffuser. You may have gotten our beautiful Aria diffuser back here, Rainstone, or a Dewdrop. But this is what I started with, was the old-fashioned Desert Mist kit. So along with that diffuser, you got 12 of the most commonly used oils right here. And I'm going to go through these one by one with you and talk about some tips and tricks and ways that you can use each of these oils in your home and in your life. The not biggest mistake, but the funnest thing about this box is that there's a little latch underneath. And a lot of times I have people say, Julie, I didn't get such and such. And I say, well, did you lift up your box? This box has a fancy secret compartment underneath it. So make sure that you lift that up and you don't miss out on all the goodies underneath. So the first oil that I'm going to highlight is actually my very first oil. This oil has a very special place in my heart, and it is the oil peppermint. And you're going to notice that it has a white label. And what the white label means is that it is a vitality oil, and vitality oils are actually ingestible. So we can put these inside of our bodies, and it is safe seed to seal certified oils. And so what seed to seal means, if your enroller hasn't talked about that with you yet, is that they are the purest and the most premium oils on the planet.
I'm listening to a thing about essential oils.
Essential oils are bogus.
Okay, so we have how do you come back from that, right? All right, so we start with the seed and it goes all the way to your doorstep. Young Living controls every step of the process. If your enroller hasn't talked to you about seed to seal yet, you need to get in their inbox and ask them about that. So peppermint oil is really amazing. You can use it for migraines, and that was the main thing that I used it for. So when I was at work one day, I had a really bad headache. I decided that a coworker of mine asked me if I wanted to use some oils. I was a little skeptical. I told her no, I didn't believe in oils, blah, blah, blah. I thought they were silly. She said, Julie, just try it. So I put it on my finger just like this, rubbed it on my forehead and on my temples. And then I took it and put it on my thumb and pushed my thumb to the roof of my mouth.
Kids being stealing.
Okay. So when I pushed it to the roof of my mouth, it immediately made my migraine go away. Peppermint's really good for sore muscles as well. You can apply it topically to your skin. Good for headaches. It's energizing. I like to diffuse it in the mornings. So if I'm feeling extra groggy, I'll put some peppermint in my diffuser while I'm taking a shower, and it really helps wake me up and get my sinuses going. Another thing that's really awesome is putting a few drops of it in your brownies and make peppermint brownies. And they taste just like Andy's Mints, which is pretty amazing. The next oil, which is another one of my favorites, is
one of those giant ogres from Breakfast Wild.
Guys, can you please make sure that your phone stays on mute? Thank you so much. All right. So the next one is one of my very favorite oils is lavender. And lavender essential oil stays on my essential rewards order. This is something that has been completely life-changing for me in terms of being a mom. Lavender, I think, is a mom's best friend. It's good for sleep. It's good for stress. It's good for minor cuts and bruises. We go through a bottle, if not more, every single month. So with lavender, you can put some in your hair. Just put it on your fingers and run it through your hair for the calming effect. You can rub it on your pillow, put it on the big toe of your kid's feet or your feet to help induce feelings of calmness so that you're able to fall asleep quickly. It's also a really good seasonal support oil. If you pair it with peppermint or lemon and put it in a roller, it's really good for seasonal support whenever the weather starts to change. Another one of my favorite ways to use it is in my hair as a, as a hair growth stimulator. So my hair is very thin, so I'll put a few drops of it and spray it into my hair, and it helps with really thin hair as well. Another oil that I use often is lemon. If you have kids, lemon is going to be your best friend. The main thing that I use lemon for is getting crayon off of walls. So I am a preschool teacher, and I have lots of kids that like to write on walls. And when that happens, all I have to do is just rub some lemon on it and scrub it off, and it comes right off. Another, if you notice, it's also a vitality oil. And because it's a vitality oil, that means it is able to be ingested. And you can put a few drops in your water. You can put it in some cookies and whatnot, and it is delicious. Another good use for lemon is a degreaser. Put a few extra drops in your cleaner, and it is able to get grease and scum off your kitchen tops and your counters really easy as well. If you lift up your box, you're going to find a couple extra oils. Valor was a pretty big life changer for me. When my kids were first born, I suffered a lot of emotional stress. Having twins was really difficult, and Valor was kind of my lifesaver in a sense. I would put a few drops on my wrists and inhale, and I could immediately feel my nerves start to calm down. In fact, I'm going to take a few hops of it right now. Valor is very calming. It helps you calm your nerves down. It is basically called a chiropractor in a bottle. So if you take a couple drops of it and you put it on your back, it'll help with back pain and stiffness as well. I've heard testimony that if you put some on your big toe, it helps with your husband's snoring as well, or your snoring if you're a snorer as well. And sore jaw. So if you have a sore jaw, you can just take a few drops and rub it along that, and it helps ease the pain with that as well. Another really good oil for emotional support is Peace and Calming. Peace and Calming is another one of those oils. If you are a mom, you need this, or a dad. This oil is a lifesaver during nap time or bedtime. If my kids are feeling extra cranky or throwing a tantrum, all I have to do is throw this in a diffuser and they just calm right down. I'll even actually sometimes put it on my fingers like this and just run it through their hair, and it helps really stimulate a calm atmosphere for them. It's also really good to diffuse, and you can diffuse it during meditation or during prayer to help promote feelings of calmness. Raven is the next oil. Raven isn't quite an oil that I use as often just because I don't suffer allergies as much, but I do use Raven a lot when I work out. Raven is really good for your respiratory system and for stimulating a clear breath. If you put a few drops of Raven in the shower, it really helps break down any stuffiness that you may have and just really clears your sinuses out. But what I especially like to do is if I decide that I want to go jogging on the treadmill, is I'll take a few drops of it and put it on my neck. And it really helps stimulate and help me work through those breaths as I'm jogging. Raven is really good in the fall and in the winter when we start getting those stuffy noses. And you can diffuse it in your bathroom. You can diffuse it at bedtime when you're feeling congested. The next one is Thieves, and Thieves is kind of a all-time favorite. When I think Young Living, I think Thieves, and if you agree with that, put in the comments if you agree. But if I think Young Living, the first thing that comes to my mind is Thieves oil or Thieves cleaner, right? Thieves is a blend of cinnamon, eucalyptus, clove, and lemon and rosemary, and it smells so clean. It reminds me of Christmas in a bottle. This is really good for your immune system. It's also a vitality oil that you may notice. You can put a few drops of this in your tea, or you can put it directly on the roof of your mouth to help support your immune system. There's actually an entire line dedicated to Thieves products. So you can get mouthwashes, you can get household cleaners, and there's so many things based around this single oil. It's really good for oral care and making sure that your mouth stays clean, and a sore throat. You can actually put a few drops on your finger and just stick your hand in your mouth and swipe the back of your throat anytime you start feeling that scratchiness, and it helps clear it right up. I love, love, love this oil. Plus it just smells amazing to diffuse. Thieves' best friend is lemon. So Thieves and lemon, if you just got your kit and you want that kind of spicy winter smell, put you in some Thieves and lemon right now. It is amazing. The next one is Panaway. Panaway was a game changer for me in terms of my back pain. After I gave birth to my kids, I don't know about any of you other people who had their epidural or their spinal taps done when they had their kids, but it messed my back up afterwards. And Panaway, when I rub it on my back, when I'm start feeling that soreness back there, it just immediately goes away. I put it in my creams, I put it in body creams, I put it in a roller, and this absolutely stays in my purse all the time. It is incredible. It smells a little like the traditional over-the-counter back creams, but like cleaner and more natural. It doesn't have quite as a stinky smell. I love this. It's got a very strong smell of clove and wintergreen. It is amazing. This one's also really good for headaches. You can put it on your temples. Watch getting too close to your eyes though. I typically put it along my hairline, and that really helps as well. This one's really good for occasional aches, knee aches, back pains, ankle pains. Right after you work out, I'll actually apply it directly where I know that I'm going to be sore. If it's arm day, I'll just go ahead and rub it on my arm as a preemptive measure to help me feel good. Growing pains too. So if you're a little kid, my mom is on this call right now. She can probably remember when I was a kid and I was going through growing pains, I would just lay and cry and she would just rub my knees for me. I'm really thankful that when I go through that with my kids, I can just make up that cream and just rub their legs or whatever those growing pains are. This is a game changer for that. You can also make a chest rub with this or Raven to help with this winter congestion as well. The next one is one of my favorites. And I know I say that a lot, but you know, they make this kit amazing for a reason because it is everybody's favorites and most commonly used oils. But I will tell you, there is not a single day that I go without using frankincense or diffusing frankincense. It's actually what's diffusing in my aria right now. And I've got it on my face. So frankincense is a really great concentration oil. It smells incredible. So if you are into meditation or prayer, meaningful connections with yourself, you should really, really try diffusing frankincense while you're doing those sort of self-reflections. What I've actually done is I put my roller attachment. You will get these roller attachments in your starter kit underneath that little secret compartment I showed you. But you actually get these roller attachments. And what I've done is I've directly attached it to my frankincense. And every night before bed, I'll actually apply it all over my face. And the reason being is because frankincense is really amazing for promoting youthful skin, okay? So frankincense is incredible. It smells super amazing. It's good for everyday stress. It's calming. I'm gonna sit here, I can feel my nerves coming down. I'm sure everybody could see how nervous I was at the beginning, but you know what? After smelling all of these oils, I can feel those nerves just melting away, which is kind of nice. So useful skin, everyday stress, and concentration. The next oil is, speaking of stress, Stress Away. Stress Away is probably one of the best smelling oils that you can get. It reminds me of the beach in a bottle. It's got lime and vanilla and all kinds of other amazing oils inside of it. I like to put it in a roller and wear it as a perfume, or actually putting it in a spray and using it that way as a body spray as well. It smells really, really good. It's probably the closest thing that I could find that of the old perfumes that I used before I detoxed my home. So Stress Away is really good for relieving stress, promoting confidence, and improving your mood as well. Stress Away is another one of my kids' favorite. They like to rub this one on their feet at bedtime because it has lavender and copaiba in it. It's really good for sleep as well. Whoops. The next one is Citrus Fresh, and this actually comes in a Vitality version as well. So you can actually ingest this oil when it's the Vitality version. It is a mixture of all the different citrus oils that we carry, basically. It has orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, and spearmint and mandarin orange. This tastes and smells like sunshine. It is so incredible. One of my favorite ways to use this oil is to diffuse it with peppermint or to diffuse it with Valor. And then I've actually started, those of you who have had your kit for a while, you may know this oil. This oil I'm getting ready to mention is not in the kit, but an oil called Release. Mixing Citrus Fresh and Release is like the most incredible thing I've accidentally stumbled upon. So if you know what oil I'm talking about, you need to try that combo. The next one is Digize. Digize is exactly what it sounds like, digize, digestion, right? I will be completely honest with you. When I first smelled this oil, it was probably the grossest thing I've ever smelled. I do not like the smell of fennel. It is really, really gross to me. But I have noticed that over time, I'm starting to love this oil. Like I'm sitting here smelling it. The oil I mentioned was Release. It's not in the kit, but is one that you need to try with Citrus Fresh. But yeah, DiGize is, you either love it or you're just like, oh, it's a stinky oil. But now over time, I think it smells incredible. It has helped me so much with my stomach issues. Again, after I had my children, I found myself having a lot of digestive issues. And a couple drops of DiGize, this is another one of those vitality oils, so you can eat this. A couple drops of DiGize and a capsule, a veggie capsule each day has a incredible help with my IBS. Too much information maybe, but you know what? We're all human. We're all adults here, right? So DiGize is incredible. One of my best friends will take this and just put it directly underneath his tongue anytime he starts getting heartburn or indigestion. This oil is incredible. If it is an oil that you think is gross and you think it smells bad, there is a hack for that. And maybe that's why I like it now, is I've slowly combined these two and now I don't need the extra peppermint. But if you do not like the smell of DiGize, you should mix it with peppermint. Peppermint is DiGize's best friend, okay? Peppermint helps cover up the stinky fennel smell, and it helps with the taste as well. So peppermint is also really good for your digestive system. So these two together are like your stomach's best friend. It is the ultimate toolbox. So make sure you at least give DiGize a chance. It's one of those oils that I like to tell my people, and not all essential oils are made for aromatherapy. They have medicinal benefits that are necessary for our bodies. And so we just kind of have to suck it up, right? You need those medicinal benefits. They may not smell the best, but they do their job. And for me personally, I know people who love DiGize, and probably a couple of people on my team are laughing and shaking their head because they love DiGize's smell. But if you're like me, you have to have those benefits. I think I covered all of the oils. I don't think I skipped any. If I did, someone tell me. So I'm going to lift up the bottom of our tray here, right under here, lift it up, and we've got all of our secret compartment products. So underneath it, we have two Thieves products. We have our Thieves hand sanitizer. This stuff is incredible. It is made with the Thieves oil that we talked about earlier, and it has peppermint as well. It is made with 65% alcohol. And I keep this in my classroom. This stuff is the only hand sanitizer I've ever used that doesn't smell like pure drinking alcohol, you know, the kind that I'm talking about, right? It smells amazing because of the oils in it, and it doesn't dry out my hands. Being in the classroom, we actually just went virtual this week. So being in the classroom in person, my safety and making sure that I stayed sanitized and clean and my hands were clean and my students were safe, having a decent hand sanitizer that I was using constantly throughout the day was really important to me. So that Thieves hand sanitizer, I have the big container in my classroom and I use it constantly and my hands are never dried out and they smell incredible. The next Thieves product that's in the bottom of the kit is the Thieves sanitizing spray. So before the pandemic, the Thieves sanitizing spray, I used it in public restaurants a lot. I would spray it on public toilet seats before I put the toilet paper down to clean any sort of surfaces. The high chairs at the restaurants. When I would take my kids, we would spray the high chairs down or the booster seats down with Thieves sanitizing sprays. Gas pumps, if I was going to pump gas, I would spray it on a towel and then wipe it down or spray it directly at gas pumps. And my steering wheels are so gross. You will not believe the amount of bacteria that's on our steering wheels. Spraying your steering wheels down and wiping them down with Thieves spray is so important. But the most important way that I've used this is when I'm going grocery shopping. Putting it on, and all of you northern people are going to make fun of me, and some of you maybe be like, what is she even talking about? Putting it on your buggy or your shopping cart is what most people call it apparently, but putting it on your buggy, the handles on your buggy, to make sure that you sanitize it before the next person. Anytime that I go into a grocery store now, they've got those big quat toxic sprays, and they just spray it down with the paper towel. I never use that. I always take my Thieves spray. And then the last thing that's in your kit, I actually don't have because I drink it so often. I do not go a single day with this. And you may be seeing me taking sips throughout this class, and it is because I'm drinking my Ningxia Red. You will get 2 sample packages of this amazing drink, okay? This stuff is jam-packed full of antioxidants. I think we're actually, Wendy, Katie, correct me, later this month, we're actually having a Ningxia Zoom call, right? Yeah, so if you want to learn more about Ningxia, you need to be on that Zoom call like you are tonight. That stuff is so delicious, okay? It reminds me of like a tart cherry juice that has cherries in it, blueberries and Ningxia wolfberries. I'm sorry? But anyways, this stuff is jam-packed full of antioxidants. It is your ultimate wellness drink. I can feel the days that I don't drink this because I'm irritable, I'm exhausted. My mom brain is like 2 times in gear. It's crazy. Just this morning, some of you guys are in the chat that I talk with every single day. Just this morning, I was like, man, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Like, why am I so silly and not thinking correctly? And then I realized it's because I didn't have my Ningxia. So I'm actually drinking my Ningxia now for the day. So yeah, I'm actually going to open the floor up now for any questions. Let me find here it is. I got oils all over the place. Tell us in the comments how long you've had your kit, and tell us what your favorite oil is, and tell us what diffuser you got. I would love to hear from you guys. January 19th, 9 p.m. is Ningxia Red. Thank you, Lynn. 7 years, lavender. I agree, Katie. Lavender is incredible. I put 1 to 2 bottles on my kit every single day. 2 years next week. Jess, it's your 2-year anniversary. That's so exciting. Got it for Christmas. The black one with the remote. Yes, that's the one my mom got too. It's called the Rainstone. It is absolutely gorgeous and handmade. 4 years, Valor. Wanda, I agree. Valor's incredible. My life completely changed with Valor, guys. Obsessed with peppermint. Peppermint was my gateway oil. I agree. Happy 6 months, Brianna. Copa Eva. China, Copa Eva was in the kit when I joined too. That one's a good one. You should try diffusing Copa Eva with lavender and cedarwood. That's a really good one. 6 years, congratulations. 7.5 years, amazing. Wendy, that's so impressive. 7.5 years. 4 years, frankincense. Frankincense is incredible, guys. I could not believe that I'd never had frankincense in my life before. What do you moisturize dry skin with? Moisturizing dry skin. I personally, and you can probably get different answers. Craig is asking in the comments, what do we use to moisturize dry skin? So if you guys could give him some answers in the comments and I'll give mine. I personally use the Art Skincare System. I believe there is a men's moisturizer as well. There is a sandalwood moisturizer, or you can make your own. So actually, if you have a moisturizer, Craig, that you really like, another trick that you can do with the frankincense essential oil is actually putting 1 to 2 drops in your moisturizer. So what I did before I picked up the Young Living Art moisturizer was I took the one I was using previously, I would squirt it in my hand, and then I would add a drop of frankincense, rub it together, and then apply it to my face. So you should try that. If you already have frankincense and you have a moisturizer, you can do it that way too. Just make sure your moisturizer is clean. Let's see.
Also, Julie, I just read something. Julie, I just read something about lavender on your face actually balances the moisture in your face. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that. I just learned that tonight. So throw some lavender in your
Awesome. Face. Yeah, exactly. And another thing too, the frankincense that I have here, what I do with it to make my frankincense last longer, this is a 15 milliliter. The one that's in your kit's a 5. But once you get halfway down, get some jojoba oil and fill the rest of it up, and then add that roller cap. That's what this is. This is half frank, half jojoba oil, and it helps it last longer. And it's also really good for moisturizing. Jojoba oil best replicates the sebum, natural sebum that's in our face. And if you don't know what jojoba oil is, it's jojoba oil. If you have it spelled, I always called it jojoba oil until I started using essential oils and I felt so silly. So it's pronounced jojoba oil. Sandalwood is very nourishing, Wendy. I agree. I have not tried the new CBD Beauty Boost. Catherine, do you like it? Lots of comments in here. Wow, guys.
I have the CBD boost and I love it. It's super hydrating.
That's what I keep hearing.
I use it right
I know
after
that voice. Is that somebody I know?
No, maybe not. I'm new.
Okay. I thought you were somebody I knew. It was like earlier, my mom came on and I was like, is that my mom? I know that voice. So is there any questions, Wendy or Katie, do you guys have anything you'd like to add or say?
I think you did awesome, Julie.
The intensive moisturizer is really good.
And you did awesome, Julie. I learned a lot from you and different tips that I'm like, I've never heard that before. That was pretty awesome. Like, I like when you said they pair together well. So honestly, this is the best way to get started with Young Living. And I know Julie kind of touched on that in the beginning. There's so many, this kit, you guys, is a $400 value. So I know it seems like a lot of money. $165 is a lot of money, but I'm telling you, we will teach you, your person that added you to this group will teach you how to make the, oils last longer and recipes and things like Julie was just telling you, add jojoba oil to the frankincense. And so get back with the person that added you to the group and they will help you get signed up. And if you are not on Essential Rewards, you guys, it is life-changing when it comes to saving money. It might seem like a little bit more upfront, but here's the deal. I just did the math this summer and I had been in Young Living for 6.5 years. And I did the math on what I spent for 6.5 years. And I had $13,600 in free product back. So you earn points each month and you earn promos each month. So $13,600. I did the same math if I were to spend that same amount at Target, because a lot of things I was switching in my home, right? Like toothpaste, deodorant, laundry soap, cleaner, you name it. And my red card would have given me $1,100 back. So if that doesn't show you the huge difference, change your lifestyle out. I was one of those that had candles in every room, plugins in every room. I wanted all the Febreze and all the fake, right? So if you can, start slow. I know it feels overwhelming at first. I highly recommend changing out your cleaner first. Get rid of all the junky cleaners, right? Why? Because you're 54% more likely to die of cancer or to get cancer from, guess what? Household cleaners. If you are a stay-at-home or work-at-home parent, or person. So can you skip months without paying with ER? So you can actually, gosh, I'm so not green. I'll let Julie answer this because they used to have a skip month and I don't even know if we have that anymore. But
so there is a skip month that you can go without paying. You get one free pass essentially. Anyways, so you get one free month that you can skip. Hold on a second here. There we go. The free skip month they allow you to do, and then after that, you'd have to cancel it if you use your skip month already and you weren't able to swing it again. But part of what it is, and like I mentioned earlier, and I kind of got distracted because my nerves were a little crazy at the beginning of this. But one of the things that I was trying to touch on was the fact that I come from a really poor area. I know all of us come from a really poor area essentially too, but like very rural area here in West Virginia. And when I first started out using essential oils, I had struggled affording them. And one way that you can do it to help with your budget is to stop purchasing things from the store. So before I was buying like cheap shampoo, like Suave brand and whatnot, and because it fit my budget better. So when you stop purchasing the shampoos at the store, the cleaners from the store, like the 20 different cleaners that we have underneath our refrigerator, you can start freeing that money up to put towards Essential Rewards. So I went from having 20 bottles of cleaner underneath my sink to only one, and it's the Thieves Household Cleaner, right? I went from having toothpaste that lasted me only like a month or two to toothpaste that lasted me a long time. Went from shampoo that lasted me a month to shampoo that lasted me 3 months, because everything can be diluted just about, and everything lasts longer because they have it so concentrated. So like the Thieves household cleaner, I can't remember the exact number, but I can make 1 bottle of Thieves household cleaner last me 9 months. Versus the other stuff that I was buying not lasting that long, right? My shampoo can be diluted into halves. So I can make 1 bottle of shampoo turn into 2 by diluting it. And if you don't know that trick, make sure you get with your enroller or your enroller's upline with that, because there's somebody in your team that knows that trick, right? My conditioner, I can split into thirds. My laundry detergent can be split into thirds. So I can make 1 bottle of laundry detergent and turn into 3. And so not only is my product lasting longer, but I'm also getting those points back that spend like cash, right? So the first 3 months on Essential Rewards, you're earning 10% back. And then months 4 to month 24, you're earning 20% back. And then months 25 plus and into forever, you're earning 25% back. So when you sign up with your kit immediately on Essential Rewards, you're going to get $10 essentially back. So it's 10 points back that spend like $10. So you're getting tons and tons of perks that way, plus the free gifts. Every 3 months, you're getting a free product for the first year. And then after that, every year, you're getting a free oil. So you get all of these extra benefits that add on. So look at your budget, talk to your enroller, and see if they can sit down with you and explain the monetary things with the numbers, and see if you can make it swing. Because I was in that position too. I was like, first of all, I don't even know if this is going to work for me. I only bought these oils just to make my house smell good. I had a headache at work one day, and this girl handed me an oil, and I was just like, maybe I'll give it a try, and like I'll diffuse Thieves and make my house smell good. And then you start using these things and you realize that your body needs them, and it just kind of snowballs into a lifestyle, and it's a good lifestyle, right? So you start realizing that your body has to have those. Ningxia was not something I ever saw myself being able to afford, and I moved my budget around so that I could have it because I knew my body needed it. So just see what works for your family. I would always suggest doing Essential Rewards for the first 3 months at a minimum, and seeing what savings you can get, what things, is it caffeine free? The Ningxia, if it has caffeine, it's naturally occurring caffeine. I'm actually not sure off the top of my head. Wendy or Katie, can you remember? But try Essential Rewards out for the first 3 months and see how you feel in 3 months, and then determine if it's worth your budget or not. That's basically all I have on it, Katie. Are there any other questions? I'm going to pull the chat box back up. It's not $50 minimum, it's 50 PV. So PV and dollars are very similar, but not always. Almost all products have the same PV as dollar amount, but not all of them. So you'll just have to pay attention. But to say it easily, yes, it's at least $50, but it's 50 PV. Ningxia is part of my grocery budget. Yes, I agree. Same here. I cannot go without Ningxia.
Yeah.
Great for sensitive skin. Yeah, you're absolutely right. My kids break out. My mom's in this chat right now, and she can tell you, my kids break out almost instantly with anything else. I have to use Young Living on my kids because their skin is so sensitive.
And you guys, Ningxia Red, I will be honest with you, it's not my favorite, and I make myself take it. Most people love the taste. I don't love the taste, but I make myself take it because
you're the only person I know that doesn't like
really?
it.
That's so funny. Does anyone not out? I want to hear in the comments so I'm not alone. Does anyone else not love the taste of it? No, but I make myself take it, and you should see how many packets are in our pantry because we all are on it. But I want to tell you a quick story about my cholesterol. It was too high. And I had done some research, and sure enough, Ningxia Red, everything kept coming up, Ningxia Red. So I did 2 ounces of Ningxia Red a day, which these are the packets that come in the kit. And then I dropped 4 drops of lemongrass in that. It's an anti-inflammatory oil. And I would take a shot of that each day. And in 3 months time, you guys, almost 40 points, my cholesterol dropped. And my nurse practitioner was like, what did you do? So that it's so beneficial for us. I mean, it's literally like, what do they say? 800, it's like eating 800 and some blueberries in 1 ounce. I mean,
It's so many antioxidants. It's insane. It's yeah. I will say, Katie, I did like the taste of Nink. I love the taste of Ningxia. I was a little skeptical about it at first because it's so it was super tart to me in the beginning. I drink it straight out of the bottle now though, but in the very beginning it was a little tart. So another citrus fresh tip: add 1 drop of citrus fresh to the bottom of your glass, like actual glass or stainless steel cup, and then pour your Ningxia on top of that, and it helps sweeten it up a little bit. That's another thing about those citrus oils too, guys. Do not put your citrus oils, if you're planning on ingesting them, do not put them in plastic cups, okay? I learned that the hard way and it ruined one of my favorite tumblers. So citrus oils have the capacity to eat away at plastic. So if you're going to be ingesting them, make sure you're using stainless steel or glass. Love Ningxia mocktails or Zing. I love Zing. I cannot wait for Zing to come back in stock. I need it. Ooh, another one. Jess Green on here adds frankincense to her Ningxia. That's a really good one too. Where do you keep all of your oils and products? So I keep mine on a shelf in my kitchen. I keep them on a shelf in my bathroom. I keep them on a shelf in my bedroom. And I keep them on a shelf in my classroom. And I also have a bag in my purse. So biggest mistake you can do as a new person starting oils is leaving them in the box and then putting the box on your dresser and then forgetting about it. Get your oils out of your box, put them somewhere where you can see them, and that's how you're going to start using them. If you keep them in your box and you put your box in your closet or put your box on the bed and forget about it, they're not going to get used and you're going to waste your money. The only time these become beneficial is when they're on your body, in your body, or around your body, right? So make sure you're diffusing, make sure you're applying, make sure you're drinking them, and you're good to go. Go on Amazon. There's some really, really cute shelves. You can Google lipstick racks, nail polish racks, essential oil racks. Etsy has adorable things. So yeah, oils are everywhere in my house. I have like, in this room alone, I have 4 diffusers. So.
And another thing too, to add to that, is the longer you use oils, the quicker they work. So that's why I tell everybody, especially my newbies, like Julie said, get it on your skin or diffusing, ingesting. You want to be careful not to do too much at first, because when I got my kid, I was like, oh, ingesting and, doing all the things. And then I started feeling, ooh, because I was detoxing. So oils will pull toxins out of your body that do not do well for our organs and our bloodstream. And you're going to urinate those out or sweat those out, or in your feces. Those are the 3 ways we remove toxins, okay? So just make sure you're using these oils, get them on your skin every single day or ingest them. The longer you use them, the quicker they work.
Yeah, absolutely. Your body's going to go through that detox period.
I was going to say, for the people that do not have any place to hold the oils right now, I would definitely recommend getting them out of the box, but there's a way the way that they make the kits now, you can stand them up so that they can see all of them. Yes, exactly. And they fold out just perfectly now. Yep. And it fits great. So get that stuff out so that they can, you can see them. Exactly.
Absolutely. Erin's right. This was not like this when I purchased my kit. So this is really cool. You can put these in and have this kind of like a makeshift stand, lean it against your counter. Lean it against your bathroom counter, your dresser, wherever you're going to put this, and then put them where you can see them, basically, is what you want to do.
So that thing wraps around in the back and it Velcros to each other to make its own stand.
Oh, see, I borrowed this from a friend. So I've not seen this before. How cool is that?
So you don't need to get anything super expensive to show these and make these usable.
So cool. This is actually one of my new members. I borrowed it from her. I did not know they did that. Cool, Erin, thanks. See, look, I learned something. I was telling everybody that I invited to this class, you may have been using these for a while, but you're going to learn something new regardless. Every class that I do this with, even if I'm the one teaching it, I always walk away with a gem. It's crazy. And I noticed that a few of our high rank leaders walked away with a gem tonight too. So if you learned something new today, type it in the comments, share with what you took away from this class. I would love to hear what that was. Do the oils stain clothing? So Steph, you will probably get oil stains on your clothes. I am the worst about that. Mom, if you're still on here, she gets on to me so bad about getting oil stains on my clothes. I have finally figured out the best way to get oils out of my clothes because I use them so often, depending on the top that I'm wearing. Chiffon is the worst. If I'm wearing a cute top to work, if I put oils on my chest, my chiffon will get oil stains sometimes if I don't rub it in well. Thieves bar soaps. Thieves bar soaps are game changing for stains in general, but they get those oil stains out immediately. So if you are like me and you're a mess seat oiler and you start seeing that you're getting oil stains on your clothes, get you a Thieves bar soap. It is awesome. You just get it wet a little bit and scrub it against the fabric before you throw it in the washer and it comes right out. Thieves peppermint inside the mouth for migraines. Yeah, just put it on your thumb and press your thumb to the roof of your mouth. That one is awesome. Put the roller on your frank. Yes, absolutely, Wendy. Lemon for crayons. Laura, you need that being a twin mom and a preschool teacher for sure. Love Valor and Dreamcatcher. That's a good one. Dreamcatcher is my friend Lauren's favorite oil. When I see Dreamcatcher, I always think of my friend Lauren. Raven on the chest. Yes, especially during workouts. Raven is awesome on that. Yay, Rachel, I'm so glad you're taking notes. That makes me feel so nice, feel so good. Release and Citrus Fresh. I just discovered that one recently myself. It was a happy little accident. Can we ingest Raven? No. Raven is not an oil that you should ingest. I will say, frankincense is an oil you can ingest, but this particular Raven is labeled with the color label, which means it is for aromatic and topical use only. The ones that are with the white label are labeled for ingestion. So if it has a white label, the color labeled one is actually the exact same thing. So we have a lemon vitality and we have a regular lemon. The oil inside that bottle is exactly the same. The reason that they're labeled differently is for FDA compliance. So if we have an oil that is able to be ingested, we have to label it for ingestion. And it has to be separate from the ones that are topical and aromatic for safety purposes. So if you were to, like me, say I purchased a large bottle of frankincense to save money and I wanted to add it to my drink, I technically could because it's the same thing as frankincense vitality, but for safety purposes, Young Living labels their ingesting oils just to make sure that we as consumers know exactly, no question asked, which ones are safe to ingest. So there's actually a tab on your Young Living website that's called dietary oils, and you can see all of the oils that are available for ingestion. If you want to save a little bit of money and purchase the 15 milliliter version, you can. But those gives you a nice guideline as to what you're able to safely ingest.
The kit price.
Yeah.
But when you look at it in different ways like that, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that picture that I just sent you.
Is somebody asking a question or did their mic come undone? Okay, Copa Eba is no longer in the kit. It was in the kit a long time ago when I joined. It is no longer in the kit, but it is definitely an oil you should pick up. Beef sanitizing spray in the classroom, absolutely. I clean my tables. I teach Montessori preschool and kindergarten mixed age classroom, and I spray all of my tables and clean my materials with Thieves to make sure that it is safe for those little babies. And yes, you can ingest Copa Eba. All right. I'm really terrible at closing these things out. So if somebody wants to
about Copa Eba, Julie.
Yeah.
They're asking about Copa Eba because it is in their starter kit in the Philippines.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm not sure about international.
It was in the starter kit when we got ours. So.
Right. Okay. So I'm not aware of what the international kits come with. I apologize. I did not understand that. Copa Eba apparently is in your kit. When I purchased my kit back in 2018, it did come in our US kit, but currently for the US kit, it is not. So if you purchased a kit within the United States, your kit does not have Copa-EBA in it. Copa-EBA in it. Thank you, Jess. Sorry about that.
And just to talk about the diffusers really quick before we wrap up, a couple tips for your diffusers. What I clean my diffuser with is Thieves spray, the Thieves cleaner. Okay, so I just spray the inside of it, and then what you want to make sure is you're keeping that ultrasonic plate clean. That's the like metal plate at the bottom. If that gets gunked up, yeah, like what Julie's showing, if that gets gunked up, it's not going to run properly. Our diffusers are under 1-year warranty. Okay, you just, if anything ever happens, you call customer service with your PIN and your member number, and they will replace it if they can't troubleshoot for you. So how do you clean it? You can take a Q-tip. I sometimes take a Q-tip and just try to get that ultrasonic plate. I don't use alcohol or anything on mine. Some people do. I just spray Thieves cleaner and that's diluted. But we also want to make sure that you're only using Young Living oils in a Young Living diffuser, okay? Because our oils are so potent, you guys, and they go a long way, right? And our diffusers are made really strong. So when you see those like $10 diffusers in Target, right, our oils can actually break down their plastic, and then we're diffusing toxins into the air, like what Julia was talking about with the plastic cup, okay? So it's really important to use our oils in a Young Living diffuser.
Absolutely. And speaking of the diffusers too, Katie, make sure that you get yourself like a cup, or I actually use an oil glass, like, the ones that have the little lids and people put oil in their bread kind of thing. I keep one of those because I think it's cute beside my diffusers. Something to keep water in, to pour into your diffusers. Another little tip, if you have the desert mist, if you have the dewdrop, this does not work. But if you have the desert mist, the lids on these, if you just put your finger right here and then turn it upside down, put it underneath your sink, and then pour it into the water reservoir, it actually dispenses the perfect amount of water. So all you're going to do is just fill it up to this line, this inner line, and it's a really easy way to fill up your diffuser, no hassle at all. Okay. Are any of the oils dangerous for dogs and animals? There's actually a lot of resources out there for animal safety. One of the best books that I have gotten for that, because I actually have 2 dogs myself, 2 dogs and 3 cats, and as you can tell, a bunch of fish. It's called the Animal Desk Reference, and it's through the Life Science website. So I would really suggest picking that up, Craig, and reading over that and getting all kinds of tips with how to do safety with your animals. The biggest tip that I can give you for animal safety is making sure that you have a door open so that the animal can leave the room. Start small and work your way up, and just keep an eye on your animals. Young Living essential oils, I've made the decision as a pet mom, are safe for my family. All of my animals love them. They rub up against me, and we keep our house very well ventilated and doors open so that they can leave if they are uncomfortable. So that's made the main safety with animals and whatnot. All right, I am finished. So unless there's any questions, I am not good at getting off of these. I will sit here all night and read questions and talk to people. So Katie or Wendy, if one of you guys want to kick me out of here, please do. If not, I'm going to sit here and read questions. So
we could be here all night, right? I can't believe you don't have the, you're so good at this kind of stuff, Julie. Thank you, Julie.
Nope, not at all.
This was so much information. So good. You are so good at teaching. I appreciate you for doing this. And I'm super excited for these classes that we're having monthly. You guys join us. I mean, it's free education. So join us. Don't pay for it. Come join us for free. And you can
definitely use your free resources, guys. What is it?
I said you're getting lots of thank yous, Julie.
Thank you, guys.
She's the words of affirmation girl, so she loves it. Keep it up, I said.
I am a words of affirmation girl. It is absolutely true.
Keep the compliments coming. We'll be here all night.
Oh gosh, I'll be here all night just reading the compliments.
But truly, thank you guys for being here. And if you have questions, get back with the person that invited you to this group, okay? And we all of our teams in here have resource groups that once you get your starter kit, you get access to groups where you get recipes and you can ask questions, you can search different ailments and things like that.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you. Oh, I see Miriam's on here too. Hi, Miriam. Just saw another person I know. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you for bearing through my nerves in the beginning. Hopefully you guys saw a noticeable change in my confidence as I was sniffing through these oils. So it does work, I promise. All right, guys, have a great night. Get your oils out, get them diffusing. My suggestion, it is 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. Go throw some lavender and peace and calming in the diffuser and go to sleep. If you guys are on the West Coast, get you some lavender and lemon in the diffuser going to start winding down for a relaxing night. I don't know all of you, but I love all of you, and good luck oiling, guys. Bye.